Alrighty, hello and good morning, Ligia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Absolutely. I just want to go ahead and preface this really quickly. I know that I am frozen. I am having a little bit of technical issues on my screen, but nonetheless, we can still see Ligia, so we're going to continue. Now, Ligia, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about your professional experience.
Well, I've been in the administrative assistant field for 30 plus years.
Mhm.
Uh, I started um, primarily working for companies like finance companies. I worked for the University of Tampa for a while. I have also worked for a lot of nonprofits. Uh,
Awesome.
I've worked for, I think in my 30 plus years, I've seen just about every environment that an admin could experience. Very large companies, multinationals, and very small companies of maybe
Amazing.
five or less employees. For them, I've done a range of administrative support duties, a lot of calendar management, a lot of meeting management. I have some graphic design skills, so they also asked me to do all the presentations, any evites, any
Awesome.
social media content. I've developed my skills over the years to include a lot of the things that are hottest right now, things like Canva, AI tools, those kind of things that are maybe a little bit what people are surprised that I know those things, given my advanced age. But I'm a lifelong learner, love learning new software, love learning new systems. So I think I'm pretty well rounded.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that with me as well. I heard some key things there. You also mentioned that you, and I also see it on your resume, but worked as a executive assistant as well.
Yes.
If you
Uh,
don't mind, tell me about that.
Yeah, it was mostly I was living in New York City at the time. Spent 18 years there. Worked for a lot of C-levels executives, mostly in finance.
Mhm.
Have worked for J.P. Morgan Chase, Moody's Investor Services, Goldman Sachs. Just in various roles, most of which were directly supporting a C-level executive, either the last one that I supported was a chief investment officer at JP Morgan Chase. It was for the endowments and foundations group. I kind of ran his office life, made sure that his calendar was booked, made sure that his emails were organized, booked all of his travel, and just did his presentations, made sure that he was prepared for all of his meetings.
That sounds incredible. Sounds like you're definitely experienced when it comes down to being of support to C-suite or executive personnel. Now, in reference to some systems that you're familiar with, I know you mentioned you've used Canva, but how proficient are you with spreadsheets?
And I've used mostly Excel and Google Sheets. I'm going to give myself an intermediate level in Excel because a lot of the really, really fancy things like the pivot tables and the VLOOKUPs are something that I've taught myself but never had a lot of opportunity to use. So I would have to refresh myself on that. But I don't think I'm going to have a problem if I need to do that. Now, on the other end, I have done charts, graphs, used all of the database functions like the filters and the that kind of thing. Those were I used pretty extensively in a lot of my jobs. The VLOOKUPs and the other things were more for the analysts, so that's why they never really gave me those tasks. But it's that's probably where I am right now.
That sounds great. We're not seeking anyone who's a master at formulas and pivot tables. So as long as you have, more or less the basics, then we're good to go on this. So that sounds good to me. Now, to kind of wrap it up here, just have two more questions for you. But we know you're looking for a new position. So I just want to know, do you have any upcoming time off that you'll be needing, vacations, appointments at all in the next 30 days?
Not that I know of, no.
Not that you know. Okay. No worries. And then I know that we spoke about it off camera here, but as far as starting a new position, when were you looking to start?
Immediately.
That sounds perfect. Well, Ligia, it's been truly a pleasure chatting with you. I want to go ahead and stop the recording, but if you don't mind, stay with me really quickly. I want to chat with you.
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you.